Meep meep.
And some people hiding from the rain and some running through it to like not get completely wet. That's the idea. I think I will manage.
I mean, it's just color. How hard can it be, right? Right? Hi, I'm Vidi, and I hope you're doing good today. And I'm mentally prepared for this 40-hour trilogy that is this speed paint, just the rendering. Because I sure wasn't. I thought, yeah, this is the easy part. Until I actually stepped back and looked at it. And... it looks weird. God damn. Pain. Actual pain. So yeah, I started over again. And while I was at it, I also fixed the dimension because what was that? So now it's 4K. You know, an actual measurement. With the new dimensions, I had a bit of space on the borders though, so I fixed this by showing just more of the closest building, because the other option would have been drawing more skyscrapers in the background. And I have drawn so many skyscrapers the last few days, I'm not up for that. Also, it's going to give a nice contrast in the end with like detail-wise, because there's not as much detail in the foreground as in the background due to the advertisements. So I tried coloring it somewhat realistically, but also having that 90s anime style in mind where it was just, if it was black, it was a dark purple. But it still doesn't look right. I mean, I get it's two-dimensional, but it looks weirdly flat. What? Honestly, I agree. Aww. Oh wait, those are actual good references. Wait, those might help. Maybe. Maybe if I put more shadows in and more highlights and make the base of the buildings different so there's more contrast, it might look better and it doesn't look as bad anymore, but it still looks wrong.
Stop worrying and play some games instead.
Honestly, yeah. So I did. So this is Dorfromantik. It's an indie game available on Steam, the Nintendo eShop, and probably some other sites. The rules are pretty easy. Basically, you get mission cards that tell you how much more of one thing they need to be completed. And when you complete one of those missions, you get 5 more cards. It gets a bit more complicated than that, but the gist is building a big map without running out of cards. And it's great to de-stress. I should know. There are also more complicated missions, but the basic premise is build as long as you can, and I did just that. I spent the next few hours building cities, rivers, gigantic forests, and just not thinking about drawing.
I'm going to bed. Are you coming with me?
Yeah, gonna come soon. Little did he know. I lied. I did not go to bed soon. No, I stayed up till 5 AM playing and getting this absolute win, catapulting me single-handedly to the top 10,000 of all ranked games worldwide, putting me just in the humble place of 5,743. Esports, here I come, and nobody can stop me! But I still don't know how to do this whole thing. God damn it.
I heard you need help.
Huh?
I modeled everything in Blender for you.
What? Scoot around. Fucking idiot. Ah, yes. Normal husband behavior. Fumbles. Fucking idiot. You're being cute.
I'm always here to help you know that, right?
So yeah, I win, not just in games, but also when it comes to that. It helped immensely. The 3D model had like light where it was supposed to be, and I finally had like a vague idea at least where a light would hit everything and not just gas, because even with the references, it didn't look right, so we both worked on the same project at the same time, and it was really cute. But yeah, I finally like had an actual idea where the shadow would be. And yes, I did it wrong at some parts, actually not as many as I thought it would. I basically wasted 15 hours of my life on that one because it didn't go nowhere, and I was just futzing around with it, and it didn't become better. You know, sometimes just in that rut. And the break was very much needed and helped a lot. But also having like actual really accurate reference helps a lot, of course, and not just things that vaguely look like what you're trying to do. So yeah, I'm very grateful. He didn't completely finish it, like it's not 1-to-1. I'm going obviously blend his render in the end, because I mean, how can I not? He deserves all the recognition for just being the sweetest man. But yeah, I finally had an idea and had always that one render open, and obviously I updated it as he updated his render. We worked both on the same image basically at the same time. It was very sweet. And it also just gave me that confidence boost that I just apparently really needed. So yeah, I'm not having this up the whole time, but for most of the time where I use it actually, once you had an idea where actually the shadow should go, it was like way easier, because I would have made the concrete way too light. I didn't think about, of course, concrete gets really, really dark when it rains on it, and especially in the evening. Like, what is your thinking? I mean, I wasn't thinking, but, you know, just assumed. Also, the windows get a lot darker once I'm done. Currently, they are way too bright and way too attention-seeking. I also ended up putting way more detail in with like more stickers, because it weren't enough stickers. I decided it needed more stickers. Yeah. Also, I'm really proud of that advertisement. It's for Kuni's little ice cream shop that is just like, you know, around the corner. So I made one of those like 500 meters that way, you're actually at the shop signs. Not just selling sweets and maybe bread or something. I decided it's an ice cream parlor because he looks like a little ice cream in the image, and also how Radia always draws him. By the way, Kuni is the cat of Radia Rahman. I hope I said that name right. So yeah, I decided that his new gimmick on his advertisement would be that he is not just selling ice cream cones, but you can also now get ice cream in waffles. I don't know, I'm really satisfied with that advertisement. I know it's tiny in the end, but it just pleases me so much looking at that one. I made some interiors for all the illuminated windows that are very close to the camera, because I found they looked a bit too blank and also way too bright. Both of those are going to change, which crashed Clip Studio Paint twice, I think. I don't know why. That it was not happy with me having many like semi-transparent layers, which is understandable. Since I was so unsure about it actually looking right, I left everything in separate layers for, you know, just the worst case of, oh my god, I actually hate it. So I could remove parts of it if I just didn't like parts. Turns out I basically keep it completely the same. There's next to no change to that in the end, but I was just better safe than sorry when it comes to that. So me figuring out the lighting is kind of satisfying, but I'm not gonna lie. Also, that was the part where I realized, oh wait, it doesn't look like garbage anymore. I actually kind of like it, so my brain went out of panic mode of, oh my god, everything I create is trash, and realized that no, it's not, and this is actually turning out quite okay. The interiors, by the way, were like the nicest part to do, but I'm dialing down the saturation once I'm done with the basics. And honestly, it was just nice because I felt like I knew what I was doing and had an idea of first this, then that. By the way, the bright neon yellow is just for me to know where I'm missing like a background. Exporting that whole thing in a separate layer, and just in case I don't want anything like missing in the back. Coloring in was just fun at this point. I realized, wait, it looks okay. I'm allowed to have fun, and I really like drawing tiny things. So 5 pixel bottles were right up my alley. I had a lot of fun with the interiors because you can just pick colors at random and it's going to look kinda right, because grocery stores are just color everywhere, nothing is really coherent. The thoughts about like, is this good with the colors, and like color theory wise, just right out the window. We are about to come into like something really satisfying. You know how I said way too many layers? Packed everything together in one layer and wanted to flip it, but the layers were not combined and it just crashed, and I should have known, but tried it anyways, learned my lesson. So now it's combining time. Oh my god. Yeah, so I tend to not combine my layers because I'm still like panicky of what if I did something wrong? Just like for information, this is currently running at I think 200 times speed or something like that. So I combined layers for quite a while. Honestly, it was satisfying. I didn't find good tutorials about how to make reflections. All of them were just, here's a lake and behind that is a hill, and I was like, no, that's not what I'm asking for though. I would like to have cityscape. So I just looked at a few pictures and guessed from there. Like from all that I have gathered, just try to match every base with the building and flip it. So something that is further back is smaller, and if a big building is in front of it, it's going to vanish. I just guessed. It looks right, so I can't be that wrong about it. After a few more washes on the buildings to have a tiny bit more contrast, I was done. Finally, this coloring process took me 40 hours. Jesus. And that's just me drawing material, not the breaks and the like just sitting there staring at the page, not doing anything. Parts they were cut out. But we got there in the end. I'm glad I didn't give up on it, because I felt like it at least 5 times during the process, which, I mean, but yeah. So I'm now going to take a break from that and start animating over it when I feel like it's probably like in a few weeks. But now I'm taking a break. Oh, for your information, by the way, if you haven't seen the first part and you're wondering what any of those adverts that are plastered all over are for, go to that one. There are sources cited for literally everything, at least one. Some of them even have 2, like a YouTube channel and an Instagram. I didn't find a part where I like could put that here in a smart way, so I'll just ask and I will answer, and also can provide some links for you. Anyways, this is also where my husband then stopped working on his. I'm very grateful for it. Obviously he didn't do all those adverts because those are a time sink. So yeah, shoutouts to him. And I'm now going to draw something different because my brain is goop. Anyways, I hope you have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye!